Hello guys, welcome back again with me. In this video, I will give you some presentation and practice about network system administration. In the last video, I was giving you some learning material about virtual machine on VMware. And now I will give you some presentation and practice about networking on VMware. So let's go to the video. So in the chapter 5, which is networking on VMware, I will practice and explain about the NAT feature, bridge, and then host only, and the last one is LAN segment or internal network. So for the first feature, which is NAT, I will use the same case with the last case on VBox. So in here, all of the every host can connect to the VM, can connect to Ubuntu 1 and also Ubuntu 2, and or in here it is not hidden interface anymore, and it will call VMNet. And from the host OS can connect to the VM1 and VM2, and from the VM1 can connect to the other VM or can connect to the host OS, and also from the VM1, VM2, it is also can ping to the internet. And now I will open my VMware to configure it. But before I configure it, you must make sure that every MAC address of the Ubuntu 1 and Ubuntu 2 it have a different MAC address, because I already checked in here. But if you want to know how to check it, you can go to edit virtual machine. It will take some time, and then you can go to network adapter and then advanced, and in here you can see that I've got 5D and D3. I will just cancel it and cancel, and I will check in here network adapter and then advanced. Oh yeah, I will just generate it and then okay, and then okay, and next I will do the configuration of NAT. So first you must set in here the network adapter to the NAT, but by default it will automatically set to NAT, and I will show you how to configure it. You can double click this one, which is network adapter, and then you can change into the NAT, and you must set also in the Ubuntu 2 or Ubuntu 3, and you can check in the edit and then virtual network. In here I will see that in here for the type of NAT it is using the VMNet 8, and this is the IP that I will get in my Ubuntu 1 and Ubuntu 2. So I will just okay, and then I will run my Ubuntu 1 and also my Ubuntu 2, and we can wait until it gets open. And now I've been turned on and logged into my Ubuntu 1 and Ubuntu 2, and in here I'm using Ubuntu 3 because I don't know why my Ubuntu 2 it is always got crash. And if you want to know, it is from the clone from the Ubuntu 1. I think in this case I will just use Ubuntu 1 and Ubuntu 3. So in here first I will check the IP address, and as you can see it is I got this IP which is 192.168.95.132, and I will release this IP using sudo dh client, then min r, and then ens33 and enter, and then the password of my Ubuntu one, and then I will add again my IP into this VM using sudo client ens33. I will check again, and now I got this IP, which is 192.168.95.134, and I will try to set it also in my Ubuntu 3, which is using sudo client sudo client min_r ens33, then the password of my Ubuntu 3, and sudo client ens33 to add again my IP, and now I will check the IP address, and as you can see I got this IP. And now I will try to ping from my Ubuntu 1 to my Ubuntu 2, which is using this IP, and in here I got 133. We'll type it in here, and as you can see it is successful, and I will try to ping to the Google, and as you can see it is also successful. And I will try in my Ubuntu 3. I will try to ping to my Ubuntu 1, and as you can see it is successful, and I will try to ping to the Google, and also it is successful. So for the NAT feature configuration, it is successful. And next I will do the bridge feature. So for the bridge feature, from our VM, it will directly connected to the Wi-Fi. So the interface on my laptop, it is also connected on my Ubuntu one. So the interface VM1, it is combined with the interface of my laptop. So after I setting the bridge feature, my Ubuntu one or my VM can get access by another laptop, but it must connected to the same Wi-Fi. So to configure it, I will open it in here. I will go to in here network adapter. Wait, and I will change into the bridge one. And in here, replicate physical network. And I think this physical network connection state. Okay. And I will try to see it in here. I will set my interface that for my VM that will connected to the Wi-Fi. Okay, in here I will use bridge 4. I will set it into my Wi-Fi wireless. Where is it? I think it is the one. Yep. And then you can click apply, and then okay. Oh wait. So because I'm using Wi-Fi in here, I must set my external connection into my Wi-Fi, which is Intel Wi-Fi 6. It is my hardware interface for Wi-Fi feature, and you can just click apply. So when my Ubuntu one connected using bridge, it will use the interface that I've configured before, which is Wi-Fi, etc. I forget which one is it. I will just start it. So in here I will check my IP. Oh wait, before I I wait for my Ubuntu one get. I will just enter this. While I wait for it, I will turn on my Ubuntu 2. Oh yeah, I forget to set the Wi-Fi setting. Sorry, the bridge there. I will use the Ubuntu 2 as another laptop that wants to connect to my Ubuntu one. You can go to network adapter and then bridge. And replicate the physical. Then just click OK. Then you can also start it. And in here I will log in into my user. And in here I will check my IP. I will use here. So for my Wi-Fi, I got this IP. So I think if my VM connected to my Wi-Fi, the subnet that the IP that Ubuntu 1 and Ubuntu 2 will get, they will have the same subnet in here. They have the same IP 10.227.16 and .x, and for the last octet it will get different IP. I will close it again. I will release the IP address in sudo dh client -r ns33 and the password for my Ubuntu, and then I will ask for an IP again. I will check my IP. So as you can see, it have the same subnet, but it has different IP on the last octet. I will set it again in my Ubuntu 2 as if it is another laptop that wants to connect to my Ubuntu 1. I will release the IP again, so there will be client in our ENS33, and I will ask the IP again, and in here I got 154. And now I will try to ping to the internet from my Ubuntu one. If I try in here, it must be successful. As you can see, it is successful. And I will also try to ping from my Ubuntu 2. I will try to ping to the Ubuntu one. Sorry. Oh, I was ping to the internet. Sorry. I will try to ping to the Ubuntu 2, this is the IP. Sorry, my bad. And as you can see, it is successful. And if I try to ping to the internet, it is also successful. And I will clear it in here. I will try to ping to my Ubuntu one, this is the IP. Wait, I forget. I think 9. And also it is successful. And I will try to ping to the Google. Sorry. And also it is successful. And I want to try to ping to my host OS. This is the IP 221. Wait, I will try to ping from my host OS to the Ubuntu 2 or Ubuntu 1, and then the IP of Ubuntu 1, and as you can see it is successful. And I will try to ping to the Ubuntu 2, which is this is the IP, and it is also successful. So for the configuration of bridge feature, it is successful. And next I will configure the host only feature. So for the host only, it is you will connecting my host OS to my Ubuntu 1 or Ubuntu 2, and I forget to add to Ubuntu 3. So it is like a switch. So you can open my VMware. Wait, I will shut down it first. So in here I will set my network adapter into host only. I will change it into host only, and then OK, and I will set it into all of my Ubuntu server. And I've been configure the network adapter on all of my Ubuntu, and I will check the virtual network editor in here, edit, and then go to virtual network editor, and I will search which is VMnet1, which is using host only. So there is subnet address. So in here for Ubuntu 1 and then Ubuntu 2 or Ubuntu 3, we will get this subnet address. So from Ubuntu 1 and until Ubuntu 3, we will have the from first octet and then the third octet, we will have this IP, and it is only have the different on the last octet. And I will turn on my all of my Ubuntu server. So for the host only feature, I will connect my VM to other VM and also connect to my host OS. And I will wait until it all open. And now I will log in into my user, and I will log in into my Ubuntu 2. Oh, sorry. And now I will clear all the IP and then set the IP from Ubuntu 1 and until Ubuntu 3. I will use sudo dehak client in R DNS 33, then the password, and then I will add the IP again. I will check it, and as you can see it is get this IP 192.168.22.129. I will also set it in here. I will check the IP in here. I got the last octet is 130, and I will do the same thing in here. Sudo dehak client in R DNS 33, and then I will Oh yeah, sorry. I will add the IP again, and in here I got 128. And now I will try to ping from my Ubuntu 1 into to Ubuntu 2 or Ubuntu 3. I will try to Ubuntu 2 first, which is this is the IP of Ubuntu 2, 129 I think. Oh, 130. As you can see, it is successful, and I will try to ping to the Ubuntu 3, and also it is successful. So from Ubuntu 1, it is can ping to the Ubuntu 2 and Ubuntu 3. Now we'll try to ping from Ubuntu 2 to Ubuntu 1 and Ubuntu 3. I will type the IP of Ubuntu 1. This is the IP. As you can see, it is successful. And I will try to ping to the Ubuntu 3, and it is also successful. And then I will try to ping from Ubuntu 3 to Ubuntu 1 and Ubuntu 2. And as you can see, it is successful. Now I will try to ping to the Ubuntu 2, and also it is successful. And I will try to ping from my host OS to my Ubuntu 1. This is the IP 129, and as you can see, it is got reply. So the configuration of host only, it is successful, but you must remember, for the host OS, for the host only, it only can ping to the other VM and can ping to the host OS, but from the VM it is cannot ping to the internet. It is different with the NAT or the bridge feature that can ping to the internet. So that is the difference of the host only feature with NAT and bridge. And the last feature, it is the LAN segment or internal network. So for this feature, the IP, it is only can ping to the another VM that have the same segment or in the one segment, and the IP, it is got by manual, not DHCP or automatically. So I will set the IP by manual. So for Ubuntu 1, I will set this is the IP, and for the Ubuntu 2, I will set this IP, and for the Ubuntu 3, I will set this IP. So I will open my Ubuntu, and then in here network adapter, and then I will use the LAN segment, and then you can go to LAN segment in here. I will add a new one. I will use IG network. I think IG network. Okay, I will choose this one, and then okay, and I will do the same thing on the rest of the Ubuntu server. And segment, and then here the name IG network, and then okay, and you must make sure for the LAN segment you must on the same segment, because if it's not, it will not get connected. And then I will just click OK. So it is like a switch. If you connect your Ubuntu 1 to a switch and also from Ubuntu to connect to a switch, you will can connect to each other, and you can turn on all of the Ubuntu, and I will wait until it all get opened. And now I will log in into my Ubuntu 1. I will clear it, and I will also log in into my Ubuntu 2. I will clear it, and the last one. Okay. So because the internal network or the LAN segment is not get the DHCP IP, or that means you must set the IP by manual. I will set the IP by manual, which is using sudo command sudo nano /etc /netplan netplan /00 this is one, and then enter, and the password. And in here I will set the DHCP4 into no, because it is not get IP by DHCP, or I get it by manual, and you can space until it under the D1, under the D of the DHCP, and you can type addresses I think. Wait, I will check again. Yep, addresses. Sorry. Addresses. Oh wait, the S it is only one, and then this, and then wait, is it the one or this one? And then the IP that I will set for the Ubuntu one is this, and then forget to type it. Here is the in a cage. Sorry, I don't know what is the English word of this one, so I will just say it in a cage square. Sorry, and then I will save it using Ctrl X, and then okay, and I will run this this setting using sudo netplan apply, and we can wait until it this, and then I will check the IP address. And now the IP address has been configured, and I will also set it in my Ubuntu 2 using sudo nano /centra /netplan /00 sorry 00 and enter, then the password, and I will also do the same thing in here. Oh, sorry. And in here I will set it into no, and then place until it is under the D or of the DHCP, then address this, and then the in a case square I will set the IP which is using this, and it must have the same octet from the first and then the third octet, and for the last octet you can set it different IP, and don't forget the prefix, sorry, /24 in this. Then you can Control X, then Y, and then I will run this net plan using sudo net plan apply and enter. I will check the IP address, and now it has been configured. And also the last one, I will set it by sudo nano / centra net plan and 0 and enter. And the IP, and this one is no, because I'm not using the ICP, or the IP get by manual. And then this one, don't forget the prefix, then Control X, Y. Then I will run the net plan in sudo net plan apply. I will check the IP, and now it has been configured. And I will try to ping from Ubuntu 1 to the Ubuntu 2 and Ubuntu 3, which is, sorry, as you can see it is successful, and to the Ubuntu 3 it is also successful. I will try to ping from Ubuntu to Ubuntu 1 and 3, ping, and the IP of Ubuntu 1, as you can see it is successful, and also to the Ubuntu 3 it is also successful. And I will try it from the Ubuntu 3, sorry, sorry. And as you can see it is successful, and it is also successful. But if I try to ping from my host OS, I think it will not get it will not get connected. And as you can see it is request time on. So the LAN segment can only get connected if all of the VM is in the same segment or in the same switch. So for the configuration of LAN segment it is successful. So that is my video. Sorry if there are any mistake or some misunderstand, because I am still learning English. See you next time guys. Bye bye.